Hello, welcome to Daha Virtual School, and today we won't be looking at the geography of East Africa, paper code 273/1. In this paper, we look at the region of East Africa, landform development in East Africa, majorly in the three countries of Uganda, Kenya, and Tanzania. We look at the processes responsible for the development of the landforms in East Africa, the effect of these landforms on the environment and on the human activities. But before we go in the deep in looking into the processes responsible, we want today to focus on the position of East Africa. East Africa is made up of three countries, namely Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda. As you see clearly in the map, Uganda being the smallest with 244,400 kilometers squared, Kenya having 585,000 kilometers squared, and Tanzania having 943,800 kilometers squared. This is the coverage of the country by size, and this one these three countries make up a total of 1,773,200 kilometers squared in size of the landmass. The position of East Africa. East Africa lies astride the equator between 4 degrees north and 12 degrees south. The equator line is here, 0 degrees. In the north, East Africa stretches 4 degrees, and in the south it stretches 12 degrees and a half. Okay, and if you in position of the prime meridian, East Africa is 30 degrees east of the prime meridian and 41 degrees east of the prime meridian It is bordered by southern Sudan and Ethiopia in the north, Somalia and Indian Ocean in the east, Mozambique, Malawi in the south, Zambia in the southwest, and the Democratic Republic of Congo in the west. The relief regions of East Africa. Therefore, the East Africa is divided into regions, and these regions are the coastal regions, Eastern Plateau or the Nyika Plateau, Rift Valley, Central Plateau, and the highland regions So the sketch map of East Africa is here to show us these physical regions and divisions. If you look at our key here, the highlands are the ones that are shaded with boxes. Okay, these are the highland areas of East Africa. The Rift Valley is this region here that stretches from Lake Turkana southwards and goes up to Lake Albert. Then the central and Lake Plateau is this region here with stars. Okay, marked with stars, where we have these lakes, the well-known lakes of Victoria and Choga. That one, these ones are in the Central Plateau. Coastal plains is this region near the coast. That word coastal plain is derived from the word coast and plain. The area near the Indian Ocean is what we call the coastal plains. Then we have the Eastern Plateau, and that is this other region here. Okay, this is the Eastern Plateau. Let us look at one by one, and we see the coastal plain. This is a low-lying area along the coast bordering the Indian Ocean, as we saw in our sketch map. This area bordering the Indian Ocean, it rises between 0 to 250 meters above sea level. It is 160 kilometers wide. Wide around River Tana. Okay, from River Tana in this area here. This is River Tana in this region here. up to this side of river Rufiji, in the south. So this is the coastal plain, the landmass near the coast of Indian Ocean. Other parts of the plain are about 80 kilometers, and it is majorly made up of sedimentary rocks as a result of deposition by rivers like Tana, Galana, Ruvuma, Pangani, Athi, Rufiji. So it is comprised of sedimentary rocks. It consists of mangrove vegetation due to the conducive conditions such as the hot and wet climate, waterloggedness, and low altitude. Mainly areas that are near the water body have mangrove kind of vegetation, and that's exactly what we see in this region here. This is a mangrove forest near the coast of Indian Ocean. The major economic activities carried out on the coastal plain include trade and commerce, mixed farming, livestock farming, and market gardening. The fact that it is near the coast, you expect trade and commerce. Okay, remember when the Arabs came to East Africa for the first time, they began by building coastal towns. Okay, so they were built at the coast. Then we have mixed farming. Majorly here is dairy and beef farming, and then we have market gardening because of the fact that it's there are many trading centers. Yeah, people plant vegetables, flowers to supply the market, which we are calling market gardening. The cash crops that are grown in this area here include sisal. Then we have cloves. Okay, cloves are here. Then we have coconuts. Okay, in this picture, as we see the coconuts. Okay. Then the next region there is the Eastern Plateau. It covers the eastern parts of Kenya and the southeastern parts of Tanzania. Okay, it extends between 250 to 1,100 meters above sea level. The land generally rises towards the west and the west and the Inselbergs and mountain ranges, where the Inselbergs and mountain ranges occur. The region receives scanty rainfall and therefore having scattered settlement with few economic activities but conducive for animal grazing. As you see, it is a plain. Okay, it is a plain. What you are calling the Eastern Plateau, it is a plain. Okay, in the southeastern Kenya, the Eastern Plateau is called the Nyika, a Swahili word which means an open grassland, or an open grass plain, as you see in the photograph. The Rift Valley is our next region in East Africa. The Rift Valley is subdivided into two branches. We have the western arm and we have the eastern arm. As you see, this is the East African Rift Valley. This is East Africa, and Rift Valley is stretching through East Africa from this region here, and then the other arm is on this side. It lies between 300 to 1,800 meters above sea level. The Western Rift Valley stretches from Lake Albert, the western arm, from Lake Albert towards Lake George. Albert is here, towards Lake George. Lake George is here, Edward. Then the area of Lake Tanganyika, and the other side of Malawi, of Lake Malawi. The lakes are normally narrow, long, and irregular in shape, and very deep, like Lake Tanganyika. These lakes, since they are in a Rift Valley, they are mainly long. They don't expand because of they are in a valley, so they are mainly most times long. Okay, and they are salty and they are deep. Since these lakes are covering what we call grabens, they are deep and long, stretched. The eastern branch contains three major contains three major lakes. That's Lake Turkana, as we see here. We have Lake Eyasi in this area here, down here, and Lake Natron in this region here. So those are the major big, at least big lakes, okay. But others are Lake Baringo, Bogoria, Lake Nakuru, Lake Naivasha, Lake Magadi. All these ones are in the Rift Valley. Lake Manyara. All these ones are in the eastern arm of the Rift Valley. As we saw, the western arm has lakes like Albert, George, Edward, and Lake Tanganyika, Lake Malawi, Lake Rukwa. Okay, those are the lakes. Okay, the eastern Rift Valley in some places is shallow and less sharply defined, except in some areas like in Lake Eyasi, where the Rift Valley splits and disappears. If you look at this sketch map here, the Rift Valley does not continue from the eastern from Kenya and joins the western arm and the eastern arm, but it splits at Eyasi. Look at this. At Eyasi, it's splitting, and then then ends there. Okay, until it marks the other. We go to the other arm. The temperature in the Rift Valley are usually hotter than in the plateau and in the highlands. Most parts of the Rift Valley are too dry for crop cultivation, but some are fertile and receive rainfall, which favor crop growing. So this is a photograph that shows us part of the Rift Valley. I think you can see the side is raised, this side is also raised, and then we have this other region as a low-lying area, and as a low-lying area. This is the outlook of the East African Rift Valley. The Central and Lake Plateau. Central and Lake Plateau. As we said, this region mainly is found between the two branches of the Rift Valley. This is the eastern arm, this is the western arm, but this space here in the middle here, between these two arms of the valley, are what we are calling the Central and Lake Plateau. I think, as you see, Lake Plateau, it has lakes like Choga and lakes like Victoria, and lakes like Victoria. The plateau is a saucer-shaped, and most of the rivers flow from the adjacent highlands towards this region. For example, River Nzoia, Mubuku, Sironko, and Takwel into the lower parts of Lake Victoria and Choga. If you look at this area here, it has a number of rivers connecting to this region, because it's a low-lying area. Lake Victoria and Choga found in this region are formed as a result of downwarping. Yes, we shall look at mainly here. We saw the subsidence of the landmass, okay, forming what we call a basin, which was later occupied by water to form what we call basin lakes like Victoria and Choga, or what we call downwarped lakes. In our lesson to come, we shall be looking at that process in detail. This region is heavily populated due to fertile soils and favorable climate. The temperature in this region are hotter than that experienced in the main plateau. Now, this region, we should know that this is the same region around Victoria, where we have thick forests like the Mavira forest. In this same region, the Central Plateau, we have the Udongo forests are also here, the Kagoma forests are also here. So it because of the amount of rainfall received in this region, it is fertile, and crop growing is so dominant in this same region, as well as activities such as inland or freshwater fishing. Highlands, or the highland region, these are found between 1,500 meters to 6,000 meters above sea level. These rise above the general level. The highlands were formed as a result of faulting, volcanicity, folding, and warping. And in our lessons to come, we shall be looking at these processes in detail. So the highlands in East Africa include the mountain Kilimanjaro, located on the northern Tanzanian border with Kenya. It is 5,895 meters above sea level, making it the highest mountain in East Africa and Africa. And in this photograph, we are seeing a photo of mountain Kilimanjaro. Mountain Kilimanjaro. We have the Rwenzori. Mountain Kilimanjaro is a volcanic mountain. Then we have Mountain Rwenzori, which is a block mountain on the border between Uganda and Democratic Republic of Congo, at about 5,110 meters above sea level. As you are seeing in a photograph, it is a snow-capped mountain. It's a snow-capped mountain. And then we have Mountain Kenya in central Kenya at the height of 5,199 meters above sea level. So these are highlands of Kenya, highlands of mountain Kenya. Other examples of these highlands include Mufumbiro and Elgon. Mountain Elgon is the oldest volcanic mountain in East Africa, and it has actually a caldera, showing that it is an extinct volcano. Okay, an extinct volcano. Many of the highlands consist of volcanic rocks, which with fertile soils, therefore very ideal for crop cultivation and human settlement. Many of these mountains, which are volcanic, have fertile soils that favor agriculture, like on the eastern slopes of Mountain Elgon. Okay, like on the windward side of Mountain Kenya, windward side of Mountain Kilimanjaro. All these ones here, mountain consists of fertile soils that favor cultivation and also settlement. That's why they attract a high population in such regions. Therefore, those are the regions that make up East Africa, that make up the region of East Africa. Thank you for watching this lesson. Please subscribe to our website, www.dahavirtualschool.com, so that you can access other lessons. And also, please like our YouTube channel by just clicking that like, and then you subscribe to it. And also invite a friend, share the link with a friend, inform a friend of these lessons of geography. May God bless you until we meet in our next lesson.